no debate. First place, go play.
Yo, what's poppin'? It's your boy, Mr. Humble Greatness in the building. You already know what it is. Another episode of Humble Talks. Got two special guests with me. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
What's good? My name is Quick Stukes, Quickstukes.
Okay, we got Quick in the building. And you already know, man. If you don't know this dude, you don't watch my channel. You tripping. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Yeah. EKM from Wichita Promo here.
The Wichita Promo.
Sir.
Man, so we're going to figure out who you are as an artist, a person, everything.
Sheesh.
Everything, man.
I hope y'all got 3 days over here, man. I'm going to let y'all have it.
Yeah, you got a lot of material for sure. All right, man. So tell these people where you're from.
Man, I'm straight from Baltimore.
Okay.
Baltimore, Maryland.
Okay, Baltimore, Maryland, man. Tell us about your story, bro. How'd you get into music?
My family is a big music family.
Okay.
My uncle and my dad did the music thing growing up.
Did they like play instruments?
They didn't play instruments. But my uncle played a piano a little bit.
Okay, for sure.
Yeah, so they was playing with music growing up, and my uncle always had the studio, had the big, you know what I mean, the big label and everything.
Okay.
And so I grew up in it. You know what I mean? My dad is an extraordinary writer. He used to write raps for us growing up.
Okay.
And have us perform and have us go at it with each other.
Y'all performing in like the living room?
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. I found the whole family to bring over the aunties, the great aunties, but yeah, it was fun. It was something that my family used as a unity, bringing everybody together. You know what I mean?
Okay.
My aunt was into spoken word poetry.
That's dope.
I've been around it all my life, bro, all my life, and I never tried it though. My big brothers did it. Like,
Okay, yeah. How many big brothers do you have?
I got 5 big brothers. Yeah.
Oh, y'all
5
got
big
a big family.
Yeah, 6
Okay.
boys, 4 girls. So
Dang, did y'all all live together in the same house or is this different parents?
no, we slept on the same mattress, bro. Roll over,
Oh,
move
man.
over. Like,
10 people in one house for real?
yeah.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's a lot. There's a lot going on. Okay.
So we seen my dad, we seen my uncle do it, we seen my auntie do the spoken word poetry at the family events, and so my older brothers picked up on it. They dropped out of school, started trying to become an artist, you know what I mean? And so I was the sports kid growing up, and so like I didn't do the music. I didn't try the music. I didn't try to do anything.
So what sports was you playing?
I'm a track head. I'm a track star.
Okay, for sure. What events are we doing? We sprinting?
I'm a
long
long
distance? Okay.
2, 4, sometimes the 8. Coach
Okay.
won't put me in the 8 though. I could do it though. For sure.
The 8 is a hard race, bro. That's a tough race for sure.
Different.
Okay.
But yeah, so I grew up as a sports kid, man. You know what I mean? I had the track dream. Obviously, my name Quick, so like I had to live up to that.
So that was your nickname?
No, it's my real name.
Oh, for real?
Quick's my
That's
real
like
name.
your government name.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even know
on my
that.
birth certificate.
Okay, that's dope.
So I was trying to live up to that dream, and then my oldest brother passed away.
Oh, wow.
And
What happened to
then-
the older brother,
and
if you don't mind me asking?
He was into a lot, you know what I mean, street life, you know what I mean, and got caught up in some stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I went through that as a youngster, trying to figure out life next, you know what I mean? And
Absolutely.
later on, I went to use it as motivation more than
And hatred.
Yeah.
For sure.
But it was kind of like from my city where I'm from, like I started to lose that sense of like I love it here type of thing. It was
Yeah,
more like,
absolutely.
I'm trying to get out of here because they took away something that I looked at as my pops. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
He was only he was 19 at the time.
So how old were you at the time?
I was in fifth grade.
Oh, wow.
5th grade, 11.
So that's like big brother like you look up
Yeah,
to.
for sure.
Or like
Yeah,
I want to
yeah.
be like, that's wild. For sure.
So I went through that and grew up basically just kind of looking for identity. You know what I mean? Trying to find myself. Who am I now?
Yeah.
Big bro gone. He was like the provider for all of us because my pops was into a lot of stuff too. So Big bro was the one that everybody was going to. You know what I mean? Bro, I need $100. I need $50. I need some shoes.
Yeah,
Like,
he got it.
right. He was.
he got it. Yeah.
He, like I said, he was 19, but back then I looked at him like he was like 30,
Yeah,
25 because he was. You know what I mean?
Future
he was out
OG.
there.
Absolutely.
But she's high school, got into track. Track is what saved me because after I found out, like, man,
Yeah.
excuse me. After I found out, like, man, I could use this to get out the hood. I'm gonna use it. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Yeah.
I went to nationals. First time being out the city, I was like, "Ooh, this feel good." Like,
Yeah, it's different out here. The air's
it's different
out
out
here.
here. Yeah, like first time you get to peek through the window, you like, "Oh, my snaps!" Like, that's
Yeah.
possible. You know what I mean? So, I started focusing on that.
That's awesome.
I went to college, came out to Kansas, got
How'd you
scholarship.
get out here? Where'd you go?
Well, I had a personal trainer. Shout out Coach B.
Okay, Coach B. Shout out Coach B.
Coach B, man, he came out here too on the JUCO route.
Okay, I got you.
And
I got you.
Barton County, one of the best JUCOs out here.
Okay, for
I
sure.
ain't throwing no shots at no more, but
Shout out Barton County.
57 national championships in counting. So
57 national championships
57, man.
in track?
No cap, 57. That's most in JUCO history. Yeah, it's different out here. It's different than Kansas, bro.
Whoa, okay.
But-
That's dope.
Yeah, Coach B put in the work for me. Like I had big opportunities, but you know, like SATs, all of that. So I had to
My
do that.
SAT was trash. I don't even know how I got into college, bro.
For real.
Yeah.
Wait, what high school you went to?
I went to high school out in shoot, man, hold on. Zoop. I went to high school out in Atlanta, Georgia. So I went to a place called Sandy Creek, and we're notorious for football.
I think I might have heard of him.
Yeah, in Peachtree
played football,
City.
didn't
Yeah, absolutely, for
Yeah, I
sure.
see you.
Yeah.
What high school you went to, bro?
I went to South High here in town. Yeah.
So yeah, you.
Yeah,
You play sports?
Nah, I wasn't really a sports guy. I say like freshman, sophomore year, I started hanging out with the skateboarders and I started skating, and that took over all that.
Do you still skate?
Squatted up.
Nah, man. Like senior year, right around the time when I got with my girl, I had an injury. I messed up my shoulder and I had surgery on
You
it.
fell?
Yeah, I'm done after that. Nah, it wasn't even that. It was like some work shit. I worked at All Star Sports at the time.
Yeah.
And this was back like, I was like, I must have been 17. I was 17 when I had my surgery. I was working out there. Like my job was the go-karts. And there was a kid that like, I ain't gonna lie, most of the time we just let these motherfuckers wreck. I ain't gonna lie, 'cause why am I gonna do something? You know what I'm saying? But like, there's this one kid, and I remember arguing with my boss about it. Like, there's this kid that was too short to get on it, and I told her, I was like, he ain't gonna fit on this thing, and she was like, yeah, but they arguing, just like put him on there. Put the kid on there. He goes around like one time and just straight. He coming like I'm like standing at the wall, and this kid going like 30 miles an hour, just dead at me, and I'm like, oh, this motherfucker gonna hit the wall.
Yeah,
And so I
done.
like step down, and this is like I'm talking like a 4-year-old kid. So I was like, this ain't good. So I like step down, and I like right before he hit the wall, I like hit the seat with the back of the go-kart and stopped it, and my arm just like
Done.
folded back.
Yep.
It's terrible. But after that, I don't know, man. I had the surgery, healed up like a year later, and my bro was still skating, and I go with him to the park and shit. It's not the same.
Yeah,
You don't
bro.
want to hit no tricks no more at all.
Yeah.
I just
You always worried
relive
about
it
the
in my
shit,
head.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm just like, I'm gonna fall and my shit gonna be back here again. I'm cool. I just didn't even want to no more. It's crazy.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, I want to shoot a skate video now. That's like part of my. That's a vision I've been coming
bro,
up with.
I never
lately.
knew that about him.
Crazy.
It's weird.
That's
yeah.
wild. That's super wild. All right, go ahead. JUCO.
Yeah, I took the JUCO route.
Yeah.
After JUCO route, I got offers to go to NSU, Northwestern State of Louisiana.
Mm-hmm.
Went down to Louisiana, lived in the South.
Oh, you loved it. The food out there is different.
Different. Yeah, bro.
Yeah,
Different.
for sure.
The weather out there different too.
For sure.
I ain't gonna lie, like Louisiana feel like its own little country.
Yeah.
You know,
It's way different from Baltimore.
yeah.
Maryland,
Kansas,
for sure.
Baltimore to Kansas to Louisiana, like, yeah.
I lived in Silver Spring for a little bit.
You did?
Absolutely.
Sheesh.
Yeah.
So
my dad worked
that's
at.
not Baltimore, but you know what I mean.
Yeah,
That's
it's still Maryland, right?
it's Maryland.
But yeah, my dad was he was stationed out there at Walter Reed Hospital on the military base.
for sure.
So yeah, I lived out there for a summer.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Yeah, seafood.
people from everywhere. That's what I liked about Maryland, bro. There's people from everywhere.
That's true.
I don't know shit about Baltimore except the wire.
So dope, bro. And
I just know that
the
show.
music
Everybody
scene is
say that,
crazy.
though.
The
Everybody
hip
say
hop
that,
scene
the
is
wire.
crazy out there, bro.
Yeah. Damn
People really be spitting.
Yeah.
For real.
It's straight raw, straight gutted.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
but yeah, like after my track career, bro, I got a good internship. I got a chance to work with youth with my heart. Around this time, it's like when I was becoming. You know what I mean? When I was like, man, like I can be something better than, you know what I mean? Like the statistics is in my family and where I'm from, and
For sure.
I wanted to take full opportunity, bro, and go for it. So I started branching out, doing things that I wasn't used to doing, being around people who made me feel like the lowest in the room. Because I was growing, you know what I mean?
I got you.
I was being able to go home and give real game.
Yeah.
because you don't get it, where I'm from, because everybody doing the same thing. And so, like I said, another one of my oldest brothers passed away 2016, I'm sorry, 2016.
Same thing?
Same thing, yeah. Same thing. At this time, I was, 21? No, I was around like 2021.
Yeah. How did it affect you differently?
It did, because me and his relationship was just starting to get better. I'm the middle child. Child. When you're a middle child growing up in a big family, like, you feel like the black sheep. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Like, you different. You see the world different.
Okay,
And so me and my brother had a rocky relationship growing up. I was the one who was always OCD, overprotective of what I have.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? It's like, my older brother's like, that's not yours, this is mine. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you don't get nothing. And my older brother was shiesty. He was one of those type, like, he don't play by the rules. It's his world.
Okay.
But that was him though, and so our relationship was just starting to get better, bro. And he passed away. I'll never forget, 3 a.m. my dad come in the house screaming. I'm like, what's going on? Like, he's like, he gone. I'm like, what you talking about? He's like, he just got shot, something. His girlfriend called me. And so I feel like I'm dreaming at this point. I'm like, not again. Like, we already been through this already. So we ended up going to the hospital, and the whole family came, and detectives came in there. When the detectives come in,
It's a
like,
wrap. You already know what it is. Yeah.
So honestly, I didn't even get to grieve at the time, because I was my character in my family. I'm the strong one. I'm the one making sure everybody good. So my little sisters, I gotta hold them. I gotta hold my brothers. Like, let them know, like, bro, don't do nothing crazy right now. Like, you know what I mean? Let's unite and come together and process and try to get through this. And so I didn't end up grieving until like a year, 2 years later.
Wow.
But me and my older brother relationship was just starting to get better, bro. He was texting me every day in college, like, bro, I'm so proud of you. Like, I knew you was gonna be the one to do it. Like, you know what I mean? My brother never heard me write a rap before, write a rhyme, anything. Wow. You know what I mean? So I kind of felt like after he passed, like, I wanted to pick up that baton for him.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that was the first motivation. Right there. The second motivation was that I was transitioning into a spiritual journey with the Lord, and he was showing me, like, how toxic, my mind was. You know what I mean? And what was the triggering things from that, which was the trauma, which was the music I was listening to, which was the way the people I was around. Yeah. And so I made a big transition to cut all that out. You know what I mean? And start being around people who could really get me out of that mindset of, you know what I mean, F the world. Yeah, absolutely. You know what I mean? I'm gonna be shiesty because they took away from me, rather than saying, like, man, I'm gonna use this story to give God glory. You know what I mean? That's powerful, bro. That's powerful for sure. And so that's how my journey with working with the youth came from. And then, man, I wrote my first song, and I would literally listen to it every day, because I didn't ever think I could write a song. How you write your first song, like, it's trash, but you're like, I did that, bro. Yeah, so, absolutely. I ended up kept writing. I didn't share my first song until like 100 songs in. I never shared it with nobody. Man, I remember my first song. I used to play it all the time, bro. Full blast in my the first song I ever did, I recorded on my parents' computer. It's probably like a 99-cent microphone, bro. And we didn't know how to track anything, so it's just like, it wasn't even like a program. It was like, I don't know what it was called, but you literally just hit record, you just put the vocal over it, and then you can't mess up because it's just a one take. I didn't know what we were doing, you know what I'm saying? I was just like, I just want to just make some music. Yeah. Made a couple songs like that. So, but I remember, bro, even though looking back, it was horrible, but I listen to it all the time. Right. You think it's the most fire thing in the world right now? Like, Lil Wayne ain't got nothing on this. I'm feeling wild. You remember your first song, bro?
Man, kind of, sort of, yeah. I recorded a song like 2017 that I didn't take serious at all with Keontre. My homie Keontre. I remember like I said, we was 17. I was just smoking with Keontre, and he put up Migos, Walk It Like I Talk It. You remember back when that came out? And he was like, this beat so hard. He was like, bro, you trying to rap on this? And I was like, fuck it. And I just laid a little verse. That was our first shit. I didn't rap for like,
where's it at?
it's still, I'm sure Keontre got it on like SoundCloud or some shit. But that was a verse from like 6-7 years ago from me.
That's dope, man. The thing about it is, it's a starting point. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So it's always good to see like where you started and where you're at now. And I feel like, especially with the music game and with social media, I feel like these young kids, they just feel like that they have to come out the gate like just super hard. And I'm like, yo, stuff takes time, man.
Yeah.
It takes time to get there.
It does, bro. It does, man. My first song, it was so trash, bro. But I thought it was the hardest thing. Like,
absolutely, I'm a believer.
I didn't know how to say the words. I was just, you know what I mean.
You're just happy to
scared of my
do it.
voice.
Yeah, that too. I remember that recording for the first time, like scared of your voice. Like, this is how it sounds,
right?
But
once you turn it up loud, it
don't matter, bro. It don't matter. That's dope. Nah, that's super dope. So what made you, so have you always done Christian hip hop then?
I've always done it. I haven't done anything else, bro.
Oh, wow.
I might have, I'm lying. I might have recorded 1 or 2 songs that wasn't.
Yeah.
Early on. Well, I wasn't, but it wasn't even my songs. I was hopping on with somebody else. You know what I mean? I was just, hopping in somebody else's space, but I've never like, so I don't know how to make a song that's not using foul language.
Yeah,
and no knock on anybody who in that space, but I've never done it. I've never had to use, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Foul language to express myself. You know what I mean?
Wow.
Because I wanted the people to be able to listen to it and process it and be in a whole different space than and I get it, urban vernacular, been able to express yourself, that's the same thing. But I feel like coming out of what I want to release into the world and what I want to release,
and your life experiences too,
to the youth. So
I understand that.
Yeah,
people don't understand, like, life experiences, they change you, man.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, like, and the reason why I said that is because, bro, at the end of the day, if you look another man in the face and you say, what do you want to be in the next 5 years? They're most likely going to say the same thing that you're going to say, that the next man is going to. You're not going to ask somebody, hey, what do you want to be in 5 years? And they're like, man, well, I want to be a failure. I want to be, a drug addict. They're not going to say that. Nobody's ever going to say that.
Thanks.
Right? So, but life experiences will change you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, I'm glad you took that route, but shoot, we got kids right now running the streets here.
Yeah.
Dog, they cousin get taken away, and they about that action at all times. You know what I'm saying? So, for somebody to hear your story and for them to understand that there's another way, there's another opportunity. You know what I'm saying? I think that's dope.
Yeah, man, if people meet me now and be like, "Oh, you must have came from that type of home," like. I'm like, bro,
not at all.
Just sit down real quick. Let me tell you, bro. Let me tell you something. Like, but it's a testament to what God can do, though.
Absolutely.
So I take it as, man, like, God, thank you, because it's this quick right now. 10 years ago, 15 years ago, like, I ain't gonna lie, bro. Like, I done some stuff. Like,
absolutely.
You know what I mean? I had to survive. Like, that's how we were taught where I'm from. Like, the first time I got robbed was in 5th grade. After 5th grade graduation.
How'd you get robbed in 5th grade? What'd they take?
Exactly. I'm like, fresh after 5th grade graduation, I'm going to one of my classmates, my little girl at the time. Shout out. I'm not gonna say her name, but no, she having a little house party. Her peoples was thrown.
This is 5th grade.
5th grade.
Okay,
bro.
okay.
I'm still fresh to death. Like I'm like I need to get home and change. I'm like I'm going just like this.
Yeah,
you know
for sure.
Like,
absolutely.
So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna walk to her crib. She only lived about like 5-10 minute walk.
Okay, not bad.
I'm like, all right, I'm gonna cut through the park. Worst decision I made in my life, bro.
they be posted up at the park, bro.
And how Baltimore is, like it's neighborhood gangs, and so if they know you from a different side or whatever, they gonna try you.
Yeah, for sure.
And so I did that, man. They run up on me. I see BB guns. I'm like, all right, bro. I only had like probably like $10 on me at the time. Like my dad told me, if you ever in that situation, never hesitate. because you can get money back, you can't get your life back.
Yeah.
And so I
Man, that's
remember
real
like
talk.
I was so distraught about it, bro. I ran back home. My older brothers were there. My older brothers, they crazy. Like I tell them anything like that, they
about
taking
that.
it-
They about that
taking it.
action.
It's not
Yeah,
even
for sure.
0 to 50. Like, and so honestly, I was scared because I knew my brothers. Like they gonna go back down there and they might be in jail for the rest of their lives. So I took it. I took the L. I didn't even tell them what happened. But my transition mentally was like, all right, bad, it ain't gonna happen again.
Yeah, absolutely. For
And
sure.
that's what kids. That's what happened in the hood right now. Like, it's a lot of good kids, bro. But when that happened to them, they realized like, all right, I see this is the game. Like, either you're gonna eat or you're gonna be eaten.
Yeah.
And I seen a lot of good kids, bro, fall into that because they did not want to get eaten. And so, man, that was the turning moment for me growing up when I was like, all right, bet. Bro, I started going downtown in the hood, like hitting licks, like became like a little rebel.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I
absolutely.
mean? And
Man,
yeah, like honestly, even if I would have got caught, I would have been in juvenile. I probably would have, you know what I mean, took the same route my older brothers took.
you've been
But
done.
God had a plan, and so I see why he strategically had angels around me. I got hit by a police car when I was 7 years old.
What
in
the
the hood.
heck?
Yeah,
All right, so let's talk about that. What happened?
I just threw that out there, but we was on the block playing football.
Yeah,
the
in the
whole-
street.
in the street.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? You know, in the hood, y'all know football in the street. We sideline pop.
Yeah. Hey, we was out to do the same.
All the
thing.
cousins, all the best friends, all the brothers.
Man.
But yeah, I was the smallest one.
Mm-hmm.
Smallest one. So whenever the ball go underneath the car, they like, quick, go get it.
I got you.
You know what I mean? So I'm like, I bet. So I'll go under the car. Mind you, this the south side of Baltimore, so it's stuff on alert 24/7. 12 come down the block, and we lived on a tight block.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm under the car. I get back from my underneath the car, and he straight hit me. He didn't even see me. Yeah,
You go to the hospital?
yeah. I went to the hospital and everything. We ended up chewing and everything. Like I said, I was so young at the time. Like
Wild, bro.
I was so young at the time. It was like a blur.
Yeah, it's,
You know what I mean? I just
that's
remember.
instant, bro. That's
Yeah.
you probably. I don't even know if you remember getting hit, but you probably remember going under the car and then probably just waking up in the
That's all
hospital.
I remember.
Yeah, for sure.
Somebody saying, "Q, go get that." I'm like, "All right, say less. I got it." Next thing you know, I just remember waking up. I'm like, "Wait,
Yeah, where am I at? Last time I
what's
remember.
going
I was-
on?" And they like, "Q, you got hit, bro." I'm like, "What?"
That's so
hit.
wild, man.
I still got a mark on my forehead from it, but man, I've lived through some stuff.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? And so that's where my music comes from. Is strictly from what I've lived through, what I've had to overcome, what I've seen, what God has been showing me, the wisdom, the guidance, the everything,
Yeah.
and I'm able to deliver it now, straight from my perspective.
So how old are you now?
I'm 20. I just turned 29 2 weeks ago.
Congrats,
Just
bro.
turned 29, bro. Don't look it. Yeah, back on
Nah, you're gonna be young for a long time, bro. You're gonna look young for a long time. You got any questions for him,
Man,
Mr.
I was thinking about you talking about losing all these people and all the struggle you've been through. Did losing people close to you, losing family members like that, change the way you like approach people and have like relationships with people?
Oh, yeah.
Because like myself, I was talking about I used to skate with my homie. My best friend passed away when I was 17, and that definitely like it changed the way I talk to people, changed the way I feel about people. Because you know, you just realize like everything can change that quick. Life can just end. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, I
So
got-
random sometimes.
Sheesh, bro. It's hard for me now to get close to people.
Yeah, I feel that.
It's hard for me to feel like something is forever. You know what I mean?
Wow.
Yeah.
I live my
Wow.
life like very much mentally. Everything's temporary to me. You know what I mean? I lost another brother 2019.
Yeah.
And so I've had loss and loss and loss and loss and loss, and so now it's like somebody new come around me. I'm kind of like, let me not give myself all away.
I got you.
You know what I mean? Because I'm scared that I'm gonna have to deal with the loss factor
Yeah.
again.
If I get too close and then I lose them,
Yeah.
now what?
Yeah,
I feel like
crazy.
a lot of people feel that way, bro. Me as a military kid, I deal with loss pretty easily because, shoot, I moved every 3 years, right? So, you know, you make friends and then 3 years you starting
Yeah.
over. So I did that my entire life. So I think it's hard. Well, all my like super like best friends, for instance, they all live in other places.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's always been like that for me. So even here, like people that I know and who I'm close to, man, it's a blessing to have because I've never really had like friends that I could keep. You know what I'm saying? Just because I always just I had to leave, I had to go. So, yeah, it's just life. And the crazy thing about it is, you know, everybody has stories and everybody has experiences, you know what I mean? And then it just peels you out to the person you are now. But the route that you took, does anybody else do like Christian music in your household?
No.
That's wild, bro.
My household wasn't even religious. My dad didn't go to church. My mom didn't go to church.
Do your like family members listen to your music?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Yeah, it's different, bro. It's a lot. It's a lot to process. You know, like they say sometimes people are afraid to process their trauma because of what it does.
Yeah, because they got to deal with it.
Got to deal with it.
Yeah.
And
Besides
sometimes
just bury it.
Sometimes the hardest thing is looking in the mirror for a long time.
Wow, bro, that's wild.
And so I get it. But my approach is you can't overcome nothing that you are afraid to look at.
Facts.
And so I lay it out there, bro. I'm vulnerable in my music. I'm getting more vulnerable.
Yeah.
As the years progress and as I mature even more, but I'm not afraid to say anything. Like I talk a lot about my dad, talk a lot about my mom left when I was 5 years old. I talk a lot about like everything because it's like when somebody hear you and they feel like, man, like
yeah, I'm in the same boat. Yeah, absolutely.
I'm the only person that had to go through that. So
yeah,
with me, I look at it now. It's like I can help somebody. And if I can help somebody, then that's what purpose is. That's what I'm here for.
Man, I agree with you 100%, bro. So it was kind of like Eric and I. We had this conversation, and we're just like, man, I understand like rappers and y'all stunting and having the cars and all that. Like I get it, but like every single song like that, like come on, man. You know what I'm saying? Like as we get older, we like to know the real person. Who are you really? You know what I'm saying? When all the cameras and lights shut off, who are you? You know what I'm saying? And I think that more people need to display that because I mean there's kids right now, bro, elementary school, middle school, high school, going through crazy things. You know what I'm saying? And they need to hear that from you know, especially in the hip hop world, man. Y'all gotta we gotta just pour some like positivity bottles on hip hop, bro. Because right now it's just it's too all over the place for me, man. It really is. It's a really tough lane to be in for me, for sure. But you know, for me, and you know, recording your typical local artist, I take it into consideration. Like if somebody books like 2 hours of studio time, especially these kids, that might be the safest 2 hours
that they get.
They get. Like throughout the whole day.
Right.
Because a lot of them, bro, they come in and it's crazy because they come in, they're super respectful, but dog, as soon as they walk out the house, they might slide up to Quick Trip and smoke somebody, for real.
That's exactly why I was upset when your show got canceled for the first time from all the like WPD and licensing issues. Because what they don't understand is they trying to say like, oh, these street kids are going to cause a problem at the show, but what they don't realize is no, that show's the only place they don't have a problem. That's that little 3 hours that they would have been at that show. That was the only 3 hours that they would have been chilling, and now they on the corner for that 3 hours instead, doing some bullshit.
Yeah, you're 100% correct.
Yeah, it's goofy.
And so when we had the meeting with them, that's what I was telling them. I said, well, you got to look at. I've never had any issues. You know what I'm saying? You know, but at the end of the day, man, trying to provide a safe place. And an opportunity for these kids too, man. You know what I'm saying? No matter what they're talking about, but you know, if they ask me, you know, my story, I'm gonna tell them. So just trying to open that door for opportunity, but it's a rough space.
It is, but we need more people like you, though, bro.
I appreciate you, bro.
So I feel like honestly, your role in Wichita, your role in this community is huge.
Man,
you know what I mean? Because you are that safe place for a lot of people. A lot of these youngsters coming up, like they think, man, I want to go somewhere where I know I'm gonna be let right.
Yeah,
Somebody
absolutely.
who's gonna actually listen to me and somebody who can give me good guidance.
And that was one of the reasons why I started putting my tag on everybody's songs to let them understand, like, I have to come out with a good product because my name's on everything. I can't afford to slack. You know what I mean? So, really making music for me is about coming to your side and being like, hey, I'm gonna do this with you. We gonna make this happen together. You know what I'm saying? And there's so many talented artists, man. We were talking about the other day. There's so much talent. It's crazy. And the first time I saw you perform was at a New Music Tuesday at Rock Island.
Okay, yeah.
And I remember sitting down and I said, man, who's this dude? I said, this dude's dope. And people they didn't really know what to do because it was Christian hip hop.
Facts.
Yeah.
But you know how Wichita is, bro. They'll sit there and stare at you.
Yeah.
And then as soon as you get off the stage, you'll be like, bro, that was the hardest thing ever. And you'll be
Yeah.
like, what the heck, bro? You didn't do, when I said put your hands in there, you just stared at me. Like, you didn't do nothing. What do you mean? They're notorious for that. So I remember I did a show at a hookah lounge and I had a Christian artist there. Him and his wife came actually. And after the show, bro, everybody, even the person who owned the hookah lounge was like, bro, who was that? Like, that dude was dope. I was like, man, that's
Bro,
one. He out here. That's one of the ones.
I better cut you off. But why does the title Christian? I feel like the title Christian hip hop or Christian rapper, it makes people tense. You know what I mean? I feel like why is that? It's
Because
it's
they
weird
don't-
to me when I think about it because I've been in the space. And
Yeah.
I know the ins and outs and I know what it really is.
Because they really don't know what to expect. So, like, when you say Christian hip hop, people's like, it's probably gonna be corny, right?
Right.
You already have to you already have to be at a higher level, like, than everybody else, right? So, I think people just don't know how to really approach it. You know what I'm saying? When you put the word Christian in anything or church in anything or something like that, I mean, people have passed, bro. So they could have been like, last time I, did that or went to church, it was just messy.
Right.
You know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
I think people are all looking for something, like they're looking for that answer. But it's just hard to for a lot of people to just come forward. You know what I'm saying?
Right, yeah.
So
That's understandable.
it's just, like I said, man, that's why these conversations are dope, because to really sit down and really understand and start understanding. The thing about it is it's all about communication. It's all about really reaching into people and being like, hey, where you at? You know what I'm saying? What's work for you? Stuff like that. So I feel like a lot of people shy away from it because it's work.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it really is, bro. You're talking about working on yourself, bettering yourself. No matter what, you're talking about two of your brothers, passing away, and I still have to look at the positives.
Right.
That's work, bro.
For sure.
That's maturity. That's a lot. You know what I'm saying?
It is.
So I feel like that's what it is, man. And the sad thing about it is, all hip hop is hip hop, but everybody labels Christian hip hop. Everybody does. They're like, oh yeah, he's a Christian rapper, and it's like,
It's
bro,
funny.
I'm just a rapper. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I don't know if we said this on that one podcast, but like when we was talking about it's kind of wild that, like, just to bring up, to use like locals, for example,
Yeah.
it's wild that you can bring up like Keontre and like a Lanel, and that's technically the same genre.
Yeah.
Like, it's kind of crazy. Rap really needs to be split up with like
does.
so many subgenres,
Absolutely.
man. There's so many different types of rap. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
It's kind of wild that we're all considered the same thing. We're
Yeah.
not at
Yeah.
all.
And I think that's, and you know what? And I think that's what these venues don't understand either. When we book shows, we're like, yeah, it's a hip hop show. They
Yeah.
automatically think it's like gangster
They just
rap.
think
and-
the worst.
Yeah,
and
the
it's like, bro,
worst.
there's so many different types of
Yeah.
rappers here.
Yeah,
crazy.
it's wild, man.
Bro, hip hop saved me though. Like,
Yeah.
I never try not to bash hip hop because
Yeah.
you remember growing up and you walking to school, you need that motivation.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Even if it's
Yeah.
even if it's, hey, I gotta get out here and make something shake. Like, so I remember walking to school in the cold, listening to some Drake. You know what I mean?
Absolutely,
and,
for sure.
And soaking that in because it's you take out the meat, spit out the bones.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I like that. Yep.
Take the meat and spit out the bones. And so I was, hip hop saved me in a lot of ways. And even though it's not hope presented,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? It's not hope presented. when you growing up in poverty, anything that sound good.
Come on, man. That's real talk, bro. That's real talk.
And so I was able to take a lot from it, man. And then obviously when you get older, your perspective start changing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You realize that life is not all about a dollar.
It's
you know
not,
what I mean?
bro.
You
It's
start
about
realizing
It's
that.
about relationships, man.
Yeah.
It really is.
So
It really is, man.
yeah.
That's super dope, bro. You got another question for him?
Man, to get it more on like music, I want to know what's the change like coming from Baltimore to Wichita music wise, like the industry in Baltimore. I know Baltimore is a huge city, but I don't know much about the hip hop industry there.
Right. I think the biggest change for me, honestly, was Baltimore is strictly like raw, like really
Y'all do a
raw,
lot of battle
bro.
rap out there.
Yeah,
right?
the battle rap scene is getting bigger too.
Yeah, okay, for sure.
Like just the rawness, is like very muddy. If that makes sense. Like,
okay.
Baltimore rap is like very muddy.
Yeah.
And you wouldn't fully understand unless you're from there. It's like
Yeah.
you know how this might be a bad analogy, but in
No, go
Africa,
ahead.
it's like so many tribes and each tribe speak a different language.
Absolutely.
That's how it is in Baltimore. Like when you there,
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're
when
right.
when you there and you listening to the artist, like it hits you differently. But Wichita, like I remember listening to my first couple artists. I think it was Dionys was one of the first couple artists.
He
I
hard.
started
Yeah.
doing my research, and I'm like, oh, he hard, like bro.
The honest
Yeah.
is.
And bro don't even curse on his music, so
Oh,
I ain't gonna
peace.
lie. Like I was bumping his whole album,
Mm.
and just trying to get tapped in with more artists. But it was more like for sophisticated pain.
Yeah,
like
for sure.
it was easily relatable from a worldwide hood perspective.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
I kind of felt like, and so, but Baltimore, like, man, there's our own little slang, our
Yeah.
own little
Yeah.
meanings behind
Yeah.
everything, and so it's like, if you're not from there, you're not really tapped in. If you haven't been tapped in for a while, it might be hard for you to.
Yeah, I get that. I feel
like,
that for
bump
sure.
it, like,
I feel
you know
like
what I mean?
Florida's that way in a way too. When I was in Florida,
Yeah.
they got their own language and shit. Like
Yeah,
it's Florida rappers
absolutely.
I could play in front of you and
Oh,
y'all
yeah.
ain't gonna understand a word. Like it's crazy. They just sound like they making noises.
The slang
it's
is different.
wild.
Yeah. And it's crazy, bro. You'll be out there for 30 seconds talking to someone. Not even 30, bro. You out there for 5 seconds and they be like, yeah, bro, you ain't from here. Where you from?
Yeah.
Right.
Just based off of how you talk, man. Yeah.
But
nah,
listen,
for sure.
my first semester coming to Kansas.
Culture shock. Go ahead.
Oh, let me tell you how ignorant I was, bro. I've never been anywhere in my life where it wasn't a store more than a mile away.
Mm.
A liquor store,
Yeah, for sure.
bar, whatever, church. Like
Yeah.
I've never been in a space. So I'm coming here. I'm thinking like, it's Kansas, but everywhere got stores. Everywhere,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Malls every mile. Like, bro, I'm on campus. Literally,
Yeah.
I'm like, I go up to the business office. Excuse me, do y'all have a store around here?
Yeah.
Man.
My school's in the middle of nowhere, so you had to drive into town
See, yeah.
to go to Walmart, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh nah, this different. Like I ain't have a car either, so I was like, yeah, this is
Something
something
else.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to get used to this. And
Yeah.
but I think the transition was good for me though.
Yeah, man, because you had to leave everything that you knew.
Mm-hmm.
And really, trust the talent that God gave you. I understand that, you know what I'm saying, in track. But, man, that changes a person, bro. To leave everything that you know,
Yeah.
especially at the age that you're doing it at, a college age, yeah, that's going to change you. But that's what you needed.
Mm-hmm.
That's what you needed,
I'm
man.
a first generation.
Yeah. Oh, for real? To go to college?
A first generation in my immediate family.
Has anybody else gone since then?
Yeah, my little sisters went. One of my little sisters finished. So imagine the weight though, the weight of that.
Absolutely,
A lot
bro.
of eyes on you. A lot
Yeah.
of like,
You got to go. Yeah, you got to finish. You got to do something.
right.
Wow.
And so I was living in that space the whole time. Like, man, I can't give up now. I done came too far. It's here. I gotta adjust and make it work. And so, like I said, I had a Baltimore accent, 100%. You can't understand nothing I said. I promise. My whole conversation with somebody was, huh? Yeah. And so I had to reshape. I had to do
for
things
sure.
differently because I didn't want to be in that box of like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I understand.
And so I took public speaking, struggled, but it ended up passing at the end though. But yeah, Baltimore accents are crazy too.
Man, I remember when I was in 8th grade taking speech class. Yeah, and you had to stand up in front of the.
Oh, man.
And I used to be so scared, man, sweating real bad. And I'm like, you know what? We should have learned this a lot earlier,
Right.
Because at the end of the day, it's communicating, right? That's the basis,
Right.
Yeah.
But yeah, I do remember that, bro. That's so wild. And I thought I was doing bad because our speech teacher, she was in charge of like the school plays and stuff. So I'm like, yo, she gonna grade hard, bro. I don't know about this. But nah, man, that's super dope, bro.
You said
So-
you've been in Wichita how long now?
Yeah.
Well, I've been in Kansas for about 6 years now.
Okay.
So what's the next move?
Man, God moving me, bro. He's moving me in ways that I think it's a little bit frightening because
Okay.
you know, in a good way, the good fear because you know it's something big behind it,
Wow. Okay. For sure.
and you don't want to drop it. You know what I mean? You don't want you never want to drop what God gave you.
That's powerful.
You never want to drop what God gave you, bro, because that's telling him that he's not who he says he is. You know what I mean? If he trusts you, he trusts you. That means he sees something in you that you don't see in yourself. So that means you
That's
got
real talk.
right.
Yeah, I like that.
So I'm trying not to drop the baton, bro, and I'm trying to, you know, go out and do whatever he want me to do and do it powerfully and do it fearfully.
So where you living at now? Because you don't live in Wichita.
No, I'm in the Bend.
Yeah, come on now.
That's in the heart of Kansas, Great Bend.
Great Bend.
Yeah, I'm in the Bend.
Do you do shows out there in the Bend?
Yeah,
Okay.
I've done some youth events there. I've done a lot there, bro.
That's dope.
Honestly, I'm well known in the Bend.
Oh, my bad. Okay. Okay.
It's a small town, so
It
that's not something.
They
to
still
brag about,
people
but-
there that love hip hop, bro.
Oh yeah,
Absolutely.
bro. Hip hop is worldwide, bro. Like, cause I work in
Now,
the school
the Bend
system
be
too.
showing up though. It's man, it's different
I
out
don't know
there.
nothing about it.
Yeah, man. What's his name from Southwest Orlando? He be doing shows out there, bro.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's crazy. The support he be getting, I'm like, golly, for real.
yeah.
Yeah, they be doing
I'm
that.
excited though, bro. Shout out to Humble Greatness for giving me my first big opportunity here in Andover and Wichita, and doing some stuff with y'all, man, and,
Yeah,
and tapping in.
No problem.
That was dope, bro.
You know, I had to get you on board.
Yeah, he a real one. If y'all don't know, this guy's a real one. Man.
I appreciate it,
This guy's
bro.
a real one.
Now we did a show, probably about man,
2 years ago, a year and a half.
2, 3. Is it 2?
Yeah, maybe 2.
Yeah, bro. I think it's like
Time
3 years
flying,
ago
bro.
already.
Yeah.
It was packed. There's people all over the place.
Mm-hmm.
That was lit. That was super lit. But yeah, man, I had to have you come rock it. I remember when you told me, bro. I didn't know where you lived. I thought you lived in Wichita.
Oh, yeah.
And I remember him hitting me up like early that day, and he's like, "I'm on my way," and I'm like, "Bro, you're like 4 hours early." And I was just like, "All right, bet maybe he wants to just come." And then I hit him up like, "Where are you at?" And I think you were like, "Bro, I'm just now getting into town." And I'm like, "What the heck? Did you like stop to eat?" You know what I'm saying? Like, what the heck? And so when you got there, I think I asked you when you got there. We were sitting in the back all together, and I think I asked you where you came from, and you told me, and I was like, "Bro, you drove like 3 hours to be here."
Yeah.
Didn't even know that. I was like,
Yeah.
It's serious.
"Bro, I got artists that live right up the street that can't even come to the studio on time.
facts.
Like, what the heck?" This dude gonna drive out, and then you left right after. Didn't you go back home because
Yeah,
you had to like work the next day or something?
Yeah.
Man.
Bro, that's when I was like, "Yeah, bro, this dude is a beast."
Yeah. That's different.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, that was a fun time.
It was, bro. That day changed my life, man.
For real?
Yeah, changed my life.
Oh,
bro.
wow. Dang. I didn't know that.
Anything that's purpose related,
Yeah.
I soak it in differently.
Mm,
You know what I mean? Because it means something to eternity.
yeah.
It means something to you when this is over and you back and you know what I mean, the next chapter, next dimension, and you thinking about what you did that made sense.
Wow.
It's a memory that's forever, bro.
That's dope, man. I'm glad that we could be a part of that.
Processing that and thanking God for the opportunity, because it was like I said, it was what, like you said, it was a lot of kids there. You know what I mean?
It was packed.
200, like it was crazy.
I think there was more than that.
Probably.
I think it was, dog.
Probably,
It was crazy because you had all those kids that was in the front, you on the stage and in the front, and then you still had all them people that was in the back too. And
we needed security.
Yeah, we probably did. The reason why I knew that there was a lot is because after the show, all them kids came up and they wanted, like, you know, they want you to sign their shoes, their shirts, their hats. They want pictures. And I remember, because I was tired, I was like, bro, where are all these? Was there this many people here? Right. Yeah, bro. I was tired by the end of the night, so I knew there was a lot of people there. It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's dope, man. That was a dope experience for sure. Shout out to Brad Cox. Brad Cox is the one that hooked us up with that, man. He's a general manager at Honda. He's the one that hooked us up with the show. Yeah, big deal.
Shout out Brad.
Yeah, Brad's a good dude. Absolutely. So yeah, man. Man, I'm happy to hear your story, bro. And you know what you're doing. Yeah, I love the movement. I love that you keep doing this. Because I know that when you're dealing with this Christian hip hop scene, people think that you just, yeah, man, you're gonna get booked by all these churches, but it's not like that, bro. It's not like that at all.
No money in this space.
Nah, there really isn't, bro. There really isn't no like financial funds a lot of the time. So for you to continue to do this and to pour out your resources, bro, and you know, trust that God's gonna bless you on the back end, that's huge, bro.
It's that's different huge. Because it's like when you sow into this, you reap different rewards from it.
You're right.
You know what I mean? Like you get a different sense of peace afterwards. That money ain't gonna give you. You get a sense of living in purpose and communing with God that money can't give you. And so that's why I'm relentless about, I don't care how much money it takes. If I got to drive here to make it happen, I'm gonna do it, because I know on the back end, like what I'm a reap and rewards from that, like, bro, it's.
See, I wish artists could just understand that, bro. Man.
And you still gotta eat too. You still gotta eat
for sure.
You know what I mean? You still got to provide for your family. And so a lot of artists take both of those perspectives. Sometimes they outweigh the other one.
Yeah,
you know what
sure.
I mean?
Absolutely.
But I understand, man. Like I live by myself, you know what I mean? So I don't really have a lot.
You have kids?
No, I don't have no kids or anything.
Oh wow.
I live by myself, and so it's like I don't really have a lot going on other than being myself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I'm Gucci.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I'm like, man, once I got what I need, I'm like, all right, God, what I'm gonna do with this?
That's
you know
dope.
what I mean? And he always, bro, even with your opportunity, that was something I was praying for in that season of my life. I never told you that, but even that opportunity, God was like, here, I can trust you with this. Man. You know what I mean? Thank you for doing that. I can trust you with this now.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh wow. That's what he was stirring up in the pot for me.
That's so dope.
Bro, I make music in my room.
For real?
In my room.
I thought you went to a studio.
In my room, bro. Taught myself how to engineer, taught myself how to mix, taught myself everything. And so it was like I'm an introverted Christian hip hop rapper. You know what I mean? Nobody has never been in the room with me recording.
Yeah. You know what? I was like that recording my music for years. I would wait until everybody would just leave the room. I just had to be me in my music, bro.
Yeah.
It's hard I'm not even gonna cap, it's hard for me to record when there's just a whole bunch of people around. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's a different energies or whatever, but it's just really weird for me. I just need to go be by myself.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, you turn them stage lights on, I'm all over the place. But yeah, it's just a creative process, bro. I take my creative process really personal, bro. Like for real. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't want nothing bothering me. I just want to be just left alone, bro. You know what I'm saying? And I've always been that way. So it's personal. Yeah, it's really important to me it's really neat for me, you know what I do now, engineer. It's really neat for me to just be a part of everybody's story. Like I think that's cool, man. Right. You know what I'm saying? Most of these people, I'm the first studio that they've ever been to, like ever. Yeah. You know what I mean? So it's always cool when you got clients over the years that, you know, continue to come back. That means that they trust you, bro.
Right.
That's a big deal. That's a big deal for anything. So,
For sure.
yeah, man, I if you record out Humble Greatness, I appreciate your loyalty. I really do, man.
Facts.
Because there's other places y'all can record, and I fully understand that. So, people who come back to me, man, it's about you know, first of all, just loving people, man. Like, for real. Like, really loving and caring about what they doing.
Right.
And then, you know, secondly, shoot, I'm a workhorse, bro. I love what I do. So, man, I'll be putting that product out. I'll be putting that product out, bro. Trying to get it. Well, somebody has to blow up, man, from here. And I really think it'll happen. But like I always tell people, man, I just want it to be the right person.
Yeah.
You know, we've had instances in the past where people have ventured off into other, you know, into bigger cities, and they get on platforms such as a podcast, and they'll be like, "Oh man, so where you from?" They'll be like, "Oh, Wichita." "Ah, yeah, don't worry about it, man. There's nothing there. Just a whole bunch of haters."
Yeah,
And it's just
crazy.
like, dang, bro, ouch, out the gate already. They're not gonna ask you any more about Wichita hip hop for the rest of the show.
Right,
Like, you
right.
already killed it. So yeah, man, we need somebody that really, you know, goes out there and just says, "Yeah, man, you know what, man, we got a scene for real."
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And hopefully can name drop a couple people, but just talk positive about it, man. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
whoever that may be, one of y'all, whoever, man, please do the city right, man.
Yeah.
Because we really do got a scene out here. For real. We really do.
Yeah. I seen that when I went to the showcase. Y'all had
It was packed. I think that was like
dudes. Y'all had, man. I was like, that's dope.
I think that was like the first one that they did. And that was like in the early stages of it too. So
Right.
yeah. It's a little bit different now, but
I ain't been in a minute.
yeah.
I ain't been in a minute.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah. The first ones was cool, you know what I'm saying?
Bro.
The first ones was cool, man.
I gotta tap in.
But it's also, you know, this is a weekend city.
Right.
And we
For
continue to say that, bro. It's a weekend city. So if you have any emotion during the week, like anybody come out and see you during the week here,
Right.
you doing something.
Yeah, facts.
Because, man, Fridays and Saturdays of the day, it's like, it's really, really hard to get people to come out during the week. It just is. No matter how you promote it, it's just tough. It's super tough. So
Even on a weekend, everybody pulling from one crowd here. Like you always say, if there's two shows going on, they just split. Like
Yeah.
everybody kind of into the same shit in the town. So, and there's only so many people, so you pulling from the same crowd.
Yeah.
Every time like 3 people throw a show at the same day, it's pointless. Everybody just got a tiny crowd that day.
yep.
It's weird, man.
You're right. You're right. So, you know, like I said, man, I'm just happy for anybody that supports what I do. You know what I'm saying? Just, man, my musical journey's unreal. It's so wild, bro. It's so wild, man. But, you know, bro, when the Lord really puts it on your heart to really care about people and take care of people and, you know, put your talent into other people, like, that's what I see, bro. Like, I see myself putting my talent into, you know, into people. Like, that's what I see. So, you know, just, I mean, honestly, man, just pretty much giving my gift away. You know what I'm saying? But I can't say I miss being an artist. It's a lot of work, bro. I know it is.
It is.
I was an artist for forever, since I was probably about 15, 16 years. So like, I understand. So like, when artists come in here and they're crying like, "Oh man, I can't do this." Well, dog, it's part about being an artist, bro. It's not the glory road at all.
Right.
It's a lot of struggle. It's a lot of pain. You wake up a lot of days and be like, "Bro, what am I doing? Is this even working?"
For sure.
You always feel like you're not doing enough. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying, bro? It's always like that. But you got to look at those traits as you being competitive. The reason why you feel that way is because you're competitive. You know what I'm saying? You really want this to work for you. You really believing in yourself.
Right.
And then, like I told EKM over here, you can't look at the money, bro. You
Yeah.
can't. You just gotta. This is what I want to do, and you just gotta do it. If you sitting back waiting for the right time, it's never gonna make sense financially, bro.
Yeah.
It's just not. You just gotta just do it, right? So, Man, I like I said, man, I appreciate anybody who's on this journey, bro. It's a long road.
Yeah.
So what's next for you?
Man, I got
Any projects coming out? Songs coming out?
Say I got a project coming out. Man, I was hoping to get it out October.
Okay.
Definitely, I'm gonna have it out November. Matter of fact, I'm gonna let you listen to some of it when we.
Okay. For sure.
Get your good ears on it.
Yeah, absolutely, for sure.
It's called "This Is What I Needed to Hear."
That's dope. What's the cover look like?
Is the cover? It's me. I'm on the cover.
Okay, yeah. The cover got to be hard for something like that.
Bro, it's crazy, bro. Like it's taken me a year plus now. This is the longest I've ever worked on a project. But like I said, like you know how when you get older, you start to see the world.
It's
way
different. Absolutely.
What's going on here in our own spaces, from a national space.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Black man in America.
Absolutely.
Then now you're labeled now as a Christian, whatever. So I'm giving all of my perspective on this thing, bro, and I'm bringing different sounds, things I haven't done before.
Okay.
And so it's gonna be dope, man. It's gonna be dope. I might release one single off of it before I drop it.
Yeah.
But man, my best work by far my best work. When you hear it, you're gonna be like, bro, yeah, this is
That's
God.
dope, man. Okay. Okay, for sure. All right, for sure. Do we have anything else we want to say before we sign off?
Thank y'all for tapping in with me, man.
Of course,
Thank y'all, man. This mean a lot.
Absolutely.
Whoever tuning in, you can find me on Spotify. You can find me on Instagram.
I'm gonna put his Instagram down at the bottom, man. Y'all tap in, bro.
Tap in, man.
Tap in, man. I appreciate y'all, man. This is another episode of Humble Talks. We out of here.
Yes,
Let's go.